we're going to transition to the next tool in your oh, dang it. The next tool in your go bag. Do you want to start, Mom? See, oops. Wrong one. There we go.
So in this curriculum that is in your library here at EOU is, Elizabeth has it right there. This is Teaching Critically About Lewis and Clark by Leilani Sabzalian and the crew, Edmondson and Shimke. And it's challenging dominant narratives in the K-12 curriculum. So in this, she highlights Corinne Wood, who wrote, "Nothing was discovered, everything was already loved," in connecting with the land. So this is, in the Marrow Thieves world, you need to be deeply connected to the land, even if there is strange new creatures like giant guinea pigs from the suburban neighborhoods that are running wild, right? A little frightening. So there are multiple examples in the Marrow Thieves of revitalizing Indigenous knowledge through land-based learning, plants as medicine, and the honorable harvest. So, another reason for us to bring nettle tea for you, and the nettle is ready. So if you're needing a little bit more strength on this journey, please use that. And Elizabeth has a beautiful reading around the ways that our characters and Marrow Thieves also are connected to the land.
It's beautiful and sad, classically, that paradox that Cherie Dimeline is writing kind of throughout the book. So here we're with our characters. They've just left an abandoned hotel, so they've had a couple nights inside, and now they're going back to the bush. "We're into April now," Meeg said. "See the buds on those trees?" He pointed with his thin lips. We'll have more cover soon, and more sickness because of the wet ground. No time for sickness. At the beginning of winter, most of us came down with a bad cough that shook our ribs and rattled our heads, which responded by leaking thick mucus into our scarves and into our sleeves. Minerva boiled cedar branches and pine needles into medicine and fed it to each of us every 2 hours. "Sick makes her nervous," Jiguan told me. "She lost a baby 1 year to the sick." "Minerva had a baby?" "No," responded Tree. "He was one of us, one of the leftovers. But he became hers, and then one winter he died from cough." I did see a panic in Minerva's eyes the next time she stopped to scoop thick medicine into us, opening her mouth to imitate what we should do, as if we were all sick babies she was trying to save. I'm not sure her old heart could take one more round of sick and worry. It was tough walking away from the resort. I looked back more than once. But what if we had stayed there a bit longer? Would Rose have visited me in my bed again? There's a YA romance in this novel. Would she have gotten over whatever weirdness sat between us now and have even just fallen asleep on my shoulder by the candle fire? I'd never know for sure. I could dream about it, though. I was thankful for the gift of dreams more than ever.
It's really PG. I mean, this is a YA novel, so there's no funny business in this novel.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well,
sorry.
Okay. So, all right, you're out there on the land, and you need some help. You need to know the plants, the indigenous plants in your where you are. So imagine you're here in Oregon, and you're going up into the hills. And do you know what to eat? Do you know what is poisonous? Do you know what is indigenous? Are you ready? So we're going to help you. We're going to help you get prepared by a game of Uno, because that's how you learned about plant-based, land-based learning. So we're going to do a couple things in this section. First, you are going to collaboratively cut out, and each table has, so you can do this while I'm visiting if somebody has these. You're going to cut out your Uno cards. And this is really beautiful. This is from the Teaching Critically About Lewis and Clark. So this is a great curriculum for young people and middle schoolers and high schoolers alike. You also have some game rules here. If we had more time, because of course, everything that we're doing with you today would be its own lesson plans and units that would take multiple days to generate with young people. If you have time on your journey, there's some blank cards. And the blank cards, using your phone or a computer to identify what that particular native plant looks like, indigenous plant, and drawing it on there. So some of your cards are blank on purpose. Okay, so we're gonna do two things. First, we're gonna play the game. So as you're cutting this out, I love this. This is not how I would teach this with first and second graders at all.
Did you want me to pass out the seats? Or we'll do it after?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's beautiful about this particular curriculum is that these are indigenous plants that you'll find right here in your area, also along the coast up into Washington, and actually east towards Montana. So there's a lot of indigenous plants that you'll find in each of these areas. Okay. We need one person to volunteer to be the leader of this station. And that person's gonna be the dealer. Woo woo. So as soon as all of the cards, and it looks like Kelly's got a lot of them. So Kelly, are you gonna be the dealer of your table?
I reckon so.
Yes. All right. So in good Uno fashion, we've got the dealer, and this person's gonna shuffle the cards and then give each player, and I think we have the right amount of folks at the tables, 5 cards. So you got your own 5 cards that are face up for you. And then next you're gonna have a draw pile, just like in Uno, so it's gonna be upside down. And then, of course, we're gonna begin by going in the direction of our heart. So the first person to play is gonna be the person on the left of the dealer. And then the goal is, just like Uno, to match your card to the card in the discard pile. So y'all are familiar with Uno, right? You're gonna have your card, your upside down pile, and you're gonna flip one over. And then the first person to the left of the dealer is gonna be the one to play. So this is how you can play it. Each card has a couple of different images that you can play from. You can match, oops. Oh, here we go. Now there's this, in the curriculum, there's this card that you don't have on your table, but it shows what the ways that you can match. You can either match by number in the top corner of your card. You can match by geographical region. You can match by the names of the plants. And these are all the different ways that you can match cards. Okay, and you'll see those instructions in the third bullet point on the instructions. So it says there are 2 ways to make a match: numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4, or geographic region. And then if you do not have a card to match or an action card, you have to take one from the extra pile. So of course, just like Uno, the person who no longer has any cards is the winner. And you also have some of those awesome Uno cards. They're the skip one. We're kind of brutal in our family when it comes to Uno.
She says we, but she means her.
I am generally a really kind person, but when it comes to Uno,
she's vicious.
Okay, so you've got a skip card, you've got a reverse card, you've got a draw 2 card, and you have a wild card. So again, the first player to run out of cards is the winner. And the winner gets to choose a book.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah, so the stakes are high. All right. And so we're going to only give you a little bit of time to play this game. Our hope with this is that you will have a really fun opportunity to come to learn and know about certain plants in your region, that this is going to help you in the apocalypse. Okay.
And it's a great way to, what's the teacher language where you take a book, but you do science and.
Curricular.
Yeah. That wasn't a quiz. That's actually like, I'm not a teacher, so thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Interdisciplinary.
Thank you. It is the interdisciplinary piece that is with Indigenous history and all of this. It is, we really want the math, the science, the, language arts, all the folks to be working in community with each other. So for the math and science folks, love having you here. And of course, the literature folks, the language arts, we just love you anyway, Okay, so we're only going to give you about 10 minutes.
Yeah, like 35. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give you about 10 minutes to play. So at 11:30-ish.
Because we only have one more thing to do before lunch.
Okay. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to introduce one more part of this station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can play an action card. What's not? And you can do the mic or reach it. Yeah. Okay. So it's suddenly competitive. So you get to pick, like basically, that was your.
Take at least temporarily.
Like wherever she's got to pick. Oh, Central's kind of going crazy right now.
This was short stories.
I know, I was like.
We're like